Hi guys, it's Tracy coming to you from Omaha in one of my favorite things to do with you guys, and that's hang out. I love that we get to be on here sort of live together and actually like in real time. So I know these are always recorded, so you can go back and grab them. But just wanted to dive right in and tell you that you're doing such a great job for July. A key piece of advice for you as we push through July. I don't know about you, but I'm busier right now than I have been in a long time. And I wanted to give you a little bit of advice. What you're doing right now and through August and whatnot is really going to push you into the fall and into the winter and even towards to the beginning of the year. If you slow down now because your kids are home and you're distracted and things like that, it's going to create a slowdown for you in the fall. And let me tell you, that time of year is going to be harder to get that momentum going again. If you've really created some momentum and have a lot of things stirred up and a lot of things in your pipeline, I like to say, then you're going to notice that in the fall. You still got to be working it hard every day. I know that we're in the summertime. I know the kids are home. I know there's vacations. I know we travel and there's just a lot of kids activities and sports and ball games. I hear all of it. Okay, I hear all the excuses. But I'm telling you, if you want this business to be a priority to you, you will use this summer to as Major says, to kick it into another gear, kick it into third gear and really push your business. I'm a firm believer that the summer is a great time to grow your business. Some people fall into the category of thinking, oh, people are busy, they're traveling, for me, this is when, to me, the days are long, the weather's warm, people are willing to get out. I think it's a whole lot harder to get somebody to come to a wrap night when it's 10 degrees below zero in the middle of winter after they've come home after work and don't want to leave their house again than it is right now. Because for me, I love to go outside at 8 or 9 o'clock when it's still light and get out of my house and enjoy the cooler end of the day. So take advantage of this time. People are in swimsuits. They're going on vacations. They're wanting to wrap. So this is prime time. The spring, right after conference in January is always a huge push. But for me, this is an even bigger push. And I think everybody needs to be working extra hard right now to push your business, because this momentum you have right now is what's going to carry your business through the fall and into the holidays. Can you even believe we are saying that word, the holidays, but they're coming faster than you think. I saw today that the season of pumpkin is only 3 months away or something like that, which is fine. But I love all that. But you want to make sure that you are working hard right now. Do not take your foot off the gas right now. In fact, if I were you, I'd step on the gas. I would be contacting more people. I would be having wrap nights at my house and getting other people to host parties for you, and every event you can get to, and every meeting, every call, every live hangout, every training, every one team, one mission, anything you can do to do all of that is what you need to be doing. So really push through the months of the summer. I know it's sometimes not as convenient when those kiddos are home, but do not let those are your reasons. Those are not your excuses. So make sure that you are pushing through that. So one of the things, before we dive into the questions, there was only a couple of questions today. I hope you guys will utilize that. If there's something specific that you want to hear from me, always be sure to let me know. But one of the things I want to talk to you about, we have so many new team members, and that is fantastic. And I want to talk to you. When you first sign up, I know I fell into this trap too. I didn't know what to do. And I just didn't really have anybody training me. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So I went looking for answers. You guys don't have to go through that. There is from day one, there's everything that you need to get started. You do not need to wait for your kit to arrive. You do not need to wait till your wrap results arrive. You need to be getting those people around you excited before your kit even gets there, and have those wraps spoken for before it ever even arrives in the mail. You need to be making a hundreds list. I am shocked when I talk to people all the time, ask them how their hundreds list is coming, and they don't even know what that is. In your eSuite, one of the first things you should do as a new distributor is print off your hundreds list. I mean, I'm going to be honest, that formal paper didn't exist when I first signed up, but nobody had to tell me to make a list. That was one of the very first things that I did. I remember I was on a plane right after I got going with this business, and I took out a notebook and I just wrote down every person I knew. Nobody told me to do that. I didn't need a nice, neat spreadsheet to do that, but I just knew I wanted to write down the names of people that I was going to contact. And it just went on and on and on. And, you know, make your list and see how big it gets. You may not think you know 100 people, but I promise you, you do. So you need to be making your hundreds list. You need to be setting a launch party between 7 and 10 days after you sign up. No exceptions. You've got to have a launch party. And, you know, I have a lot of people who are a little hesitant on that. Even if you don't live by your sponsor, have them Skype in. Have them, you know, just like what we're doing, we could do a YouTube hangout, and I could be talking to your guests so that you don't have to be uneasy about doing a party for your first time, even though they're not a big deal because we keep them super simple. But you need to have a party, a launch night within 7 to 10 days of signing up. That's a great way to get your business started. It's a fantastic way to have your first 4 loyal customers, and right out of the gate, give that 120 free product, get more wraps in your hand, and that's more money in your hand. So I can't stress enough the importance of a launch party. I cannot stress enough the importance of plugging into the team page. We sign all these people and then they become ghosts. We never see them on the page. Guys, that page is your support system. Skinny Wrap Darlings is where you can answer questions. There are files stored in the files tab on our Facebook page that will show you, you know, wrap instructions. Make sure that everybody you're wrapping is getting wrap instructions. There are videos. There are things to print out. You can get the loyal customer order form either there or on your eSuite. There's so many resources that all you have to do is look. When you have time, scan through the Facebook pages, comment and welcome so that we know you're there. When you see somebody joining the team, welcome them to the team. Feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to use the magnifying glass up in the corner to ask questions. That little magnifying glass can help you identify a few keywords if you have a question, to utilize the page and find where people have asked your question that you have before. But be on the page, be active, be aware, and be supportive, and be part of a team. Really, one of the key pieces to this whole process is to be part of a team. So many people come into this business. I said it at our team meeting the other night. I had somebody join the business last month. She didn't even run her auto ship. She turned it off at 3 weeks in. Never had a launch party, said the wrap made her feel high, was not supportive of the product, says I can't sell a product that I don't support. There's all these unhealthy. I'm like, peace out. Seriously, see you later. I don't have time to deal with somebody that is negative about the product, who doesn't believe in the business opportunity. I know the business works. I know the product works. I know the products have changed lives over and over and over. I have watched this business change lives, including mine, over and over and over. So steer clear of people that you are having to fight to, you know, to believe that this business works. So really hoping you guys can hear me because I don't know that my volume is up. I just turned my volume up. let me check the event and make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so I think we're good. Okay, so hundreds list, launch party, posting on social media at least once a day, being thoughtful, don't be salesy, put it out there that you're really excited about your new business opportunity, and post a before and after. You know, get with your sponsor if you want to find some before and afters, get your own results as soon as you get your wraps, or, you know, or save them and sell them, whatever you want to do. But those are some of the key things to really getting started strong out of the gate. Make sure you're doing your eSuite training. We have a new distributor training that we did in this format. We did a YouTube recording that you really need to listen to. It's about 45 minutes long, and it gives you a crash course in all of the things you needed to know, things I wish I could have found right out of the gate that would have been really helpful to know, and not having to go search all this information out. So we have tried to really put some resources together for you that you can go and train quickly and not have to feel like you're constantly learning and training, that you can just go and learning as you go, but the information is all in one place. So very, very key that you do all of that stuff, but above all, be excited. Don't be afraid to tell people what you're doing, to, you know, about the products. Be excited. Your excitement is going to bring so many people to the table. When I first wrapped and I got such amazing results, I made a post and I was like, you guys have to try this. Now, I'm not saying I got an overwhelming response from my first post, but my consistency did pretty quickly start to bring people to me and messaging me about the wrap and what I was doing. I started asking people I said, hey, you need to do this with me. I don't totally know what I'm doing, but you need to do this with me. You've got to be bold. You have got to be confident. We here in Omaha at our team training 2 nights ago, one of the things that I talked about is confidence. If you're confident, or at least you're kind of faking it until you make it, if you are confident about the products in the business, you're going to get so much farther. I want you to own what you do. Own the fact that you are a network marketer. This is a totally legit business. And just because someone doesn't think that doesn't mean that it's not. So you need to own what you do. Be confident. Be excited. Believe in the product. If somebody comes to you and says, oh, the wrap didn't work, well, that doesn't waver my belief. That doesn't make me believe the wrap doesn't work. That makes me believe that they didn't do it right. And so I troubleshoot with them. When someone comes and says, oh, this is one of those things, or a pyramid scheme, I'm like, I come back at them like, they're the stupid one. Like, what do you mean pyramid scheme? That they're illegal. And, you know, it's almost like a come at me. Like, what do you want to ask me? And that type of confidence is going to really stick with people. And it's going to bring to you, especially in the long term, the people who are curious about what you're doing, the people who are watching what you're doing. I have had several people contact me off of Instagram this week, which, by the way, if you are not on Instagram, working your business and living your life on Instagram, you are crazy. Instagram is killing it for me right now, and bringing so many people into my life and into my business that would never have come into my life and business otherwise. So when someone tells me that they think they can't do this business, I'm like, really? You can't sit there with your thumbs and follow people on Instagram and post a quote, and then post a fun picture of you and your kids, and then post a before and after, and then post a picture of a cute pair of shoes that you bought, and then post a picture of your family. You can't do that? Well, then maybe you can't do this business. You're right. I agree with you. I don't buy into it that you can't do everything. We all use different methods, but I'm telling you, if what you're doing isn't working and you're not satisfied with how you're growing, try Instagram. Facebook has really changed how it does things, and I strongly suggest you still post, you know, through your social media page that about what you're doing and be consistent on it. But I'm telling you, Instagram is a different beast. And you can really bring, you know, some people that you would never have known otherwise into your business. So really give it a shot. There are lots of It Works Instagram training videos on YouTube. You need only search. Charity Ellison is a great resource for that. You can look her up and definitely subscribe to her channel. And you know, there's some people that you all need to be following as new people. I always stress Pam Souter, our Chief Networking Officer, Mike Patillo, Mark Pentecost, It Works Global, Lisa K. Fuller. Those are all people you need to be following on Facebook. And most of them have reached their friend limit, so you can just follow them. But it's like you're their friends because you're seeing all of their public status updates. So, and I'm sure there's other great ones as well, but those are some of the top ones that, you know, I'm really searching for what they're doing, keeping updated on announcements, and I just love the advice and the inspiration that they give. So, but social media, party, hundreds list, training, plug into the page, plug into the calls, get to events, get to meetings, whatever you have to do. Those who are plugging in to all of these resources, the page, the calls, the trainings and everything, those are the people who are staying with the business. I'll promise you that if someone leaves this business or is feeling discouraged, I can ask them, are you getting on calls? And they're going to say no. They're watching the trainings. Nope. They're getting to meetings. Nope. Finding a one team, one mission in your area. Nope. Finding a local team meeting that you can attend if you're not near your sponsor. They're not doing any of those things. And so my question is, what's your question? That's a necessary and great piece of what we do. I've been in this business 3 years, and we had a team meeting here in Omaha where I live, and on Tuesday, and those never get old to me. We got to hear my sweet friend Sarah Seymour here in Omaha is a presidential diamond, and we got to hear from triples and presidentials and doubles, and it was and diamonds. It was amazing. I learned something from each and every one of them, and I got that fuel back in my tank again, and I got little nuggets of information and advice, and I got all of those things that I need to keep going. It's like going to church. You've got to go to church to refuel on Sundays and get that fire lit again, and this is no different. You've got to continue to do it because you're going to run out of gas at some point. I run out of gas. Everybody runs out of gas. You've got to refuel your tank, and that's how you do it, by getting around like-minded people, hearing those stories, getting some good business tips, and just being around the energy and the fire that It Works brings. I guarantee you, if you do that, you will increase your business. You will know why you're doing this, and you'll be in this for the long haul. But only you can do that. I can't get you to a meeting. I can't force you to go. I can't force you to find one. I can't force you to want this. What I can do is absolutely guarantee you that this business works. The steps to success work. Period. End of story. If you are doing your steps to success and you are teaching your team to do the steps to success, your business is growing. Your check is growing. You are going to promote. I'm not going to give you a timetable, but you are going to be moving forward and promoting in the business. So, you know, if you're not doing your steps, then you're probably not promoting, and your check's probably not growing. I'm not saying you have to do them. Your goal is to do them every month, but you might not. There might be months where you don't do it, but man, you better be trying. You better be signing some customers. You better be looking for team members and offering this business opportunity to people, to everyone that you can possibly think of. Message that chicken list. Message that person that you're afraid of, that you just know is going to say no, okay? I have had some great luck with people I have been terrified of messaging for months and months and months. And you want to know something? There's 2 to 3 people that I've really been afraid to message, and they all know what I do. They've been Facebook friends with me for a long time. I messaged 2 of them and got, yeah, I might not be interested, but I'm definitely open to a business opportunity, so I'd love to meet up with you. Hey, that's a partial yes in my book, okay? Just to get in front of someone, because I wasn't looking for an opportunity when someone presented it to me, but when someone showed me the money that you could make with this business, the residual income you could earn, and the steps you take to get it, my response was, that's it. See, you just got to get in front of people. You've got to get your party pad and your steps to success and a Ruby chart in front of people. That's all you need when you go talk to a potential. Maybe give them a sample of greens or something, and wrap them if you have the opportunity. But most people think that what we do is very complicated, and you have to have tons of parties, and you have to have all this stuff. If you get in front of someone and you show them your passion and your excitement and the simplicity of our business, that draws people in, okay? And then they see that money that's associated with doing those simple steps. They're like, I could do that. That's exactly what happened to me. I saw the steps and like, I could do that. And I did, and I do, and I still do. And I teach my team to do the same thing. And here we are 3 years later. Here all of you are. So because somebody suggested that instead of paying $59 for wraps, for $40 more, I could become a distributor and get this really cool kit. And maybe earn a bonus. And all these great 6-figure commissions. I said, okay, that makes sense to me. So who are you to decide, even if someone scares you or intimidates you, that they wouldn't be interested? Successful people, all of these people I message are highly successful people. Guys, they're successful for a reason. I'm gonna let you know, my enroller, or the person who brought this business to me financially did not need this business. And I'm so glad that our ambassador diamond, Lori Conway, approached her and didn't let that stop her, that, oh, they don't need the money, they're fine. They're successful for a reason. They're good business people, and she saw a good business opportunity. And if you knew how many thousands, tens and tens of thousands of people are now in this business because of one question, excuse me, because of one yes. And she didn't assume, she just asked her, and she gave her the choice. And I need you to do that too. Go look through your list and ask everybody. Don't prejudge anyone. So, okay, sorry, hang on. Sorry. Stuff happens. We're live. Okay, so I'm going to get to your questions. And again, just a couple. Okay, Desiree wants to know, helping your team stay motivated, especially when it seems like nobody wants to buy. Okay, one of the best pieces of advice that I have heard on keeping your team motivated came from Ambassador Diamond Ashley Sinclair. She currently holds the record for the quickest path to ambassador. It took her 7 months. She's a freak. She's amazing, and I love her. She does some great trainings. But that's a freakish kind of speed. But her advice on that, someone asked her this very question, and her answer was, you don't. I don't motivate my team. I do my job. I do what I love. I do the steps to success. I plug in, and I lead from the front. I inspire people through what I'm doing, through my success, through my positive energy, through, you know, I help people tell me that I'm so motivating. You know how I motivate somebody? I believe in them. I let them know that I believe in them. And then I do the steps. You're going to see my name on that list because, gosh darn it, if I'm not doing it, then how can I ask you to do it? And so every day when I go to bed, I'm like, crap, I'm not on the list. And it bugs me. And so the next day I want to be on the list. I haven't been on the list enough this month yet on our daily shout out. And I want to be, and I want you to be. I want you to see that I'm walking the talk. I'm doing what I'm telling you that you need to do. I'm not saying I'm going to have banner months all the time. You may not see me up there at all for a month, but that doesn't mean that I'm not trying. But I want you to understand you cannot motivate someone. I can't give you a why. I cannot be the reason you want to do this. I cannot be the reason that you stay in this business when it's not going like you want. You have to know why you're doing this business. And then you have to find those people in the business that inspire you. Inspire your team with your enthusiasm and with your positive energy and love on your team. Recognize your team. When somebody does something great, recognize them. We love to be recognized as human beings. And that is such a positive, valuable resource when you tell somebody, good job. That's amazing. I remember when Lori Conway once said to me, and she's our ambassador, Diamond, you know, at the rate you're going, you're going to be ambassador someday. I was like, me? Like, you think I'm going to do that? That meant so much to me because someone who I admired and someone who was walking the talk said that to me. And that quote, she probably didn't even remember she said it, but that stuck with me. And I won a contest of hers one time. She was personally writing $300 checks for anyone who signed and fast started 5 distributors one month. And this was the month that I went diamond back in July of 2012. And I was determined. I knew at the beginning that I want that check. I wanted to go diamond, but I wanted that check too. I wanted her to know that I was working. And I just followed her lead. And what she said, I hung on her every word. And she inspired me. So I paid attention to what she was saying. I worked hard every day. Nobody had to tell me to be working. Nobody had to tell me to be posting and working my business. I was doing it because I wanted to. And in the process, I didn't even realize it was in motivating and inspiring the people that I had brought into the business. And so the short answer to the question, how do I motivate my team? You don't. If that party pad with the income graph of what this business has as a possibility and the potential, if that doesn't do it and the steps of success to get there doesn't do it, then you ain't gonna do it either. Trust me on that. Be positive, be inspiring, do the work, do the steps, you know, support your team, love on your team, and lead by example. That is how you motivate a team, is you inspire. You don't motivate, you inspire. So hopefully that helps you just a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, Liz asked, I'm sure this has been said many times, but a couple generic things when messaging people to ask if they are interested in It Works. I've got, you know, a little bit of a different take on this. Rarely do I message someone and ask them if they would be interested in It Works products. I message people a lot, but in a variety of ways. One of the things I utilize through social media and just texting and things like that, but especially on Facebook, is I'm active on people's pages and not in an It Works way. I'm liking people's posts. I'm commenting on people's pictures of their children. I'm telling people good job. I'm always wishing people happy birthday. You know, if somebody really inspires me, I had a girl from high school that her smile is just, it lights up the page every time I see it. And I messaged her and I said, I just want you to know that your beautiful face lights up my feed. And I really appreciate that. And I hadn't seen her in 20 years, but she's just a high school friend from high school. And I opened that line of communication and I like her posts. She's very positive. And so my consistency can do that, but like people's stuff. Develop relationships. This business is about relationships, and you don't skip the relationship part. If you go straight to getting somebody to try to buy something from you, nobody wants to be sold to. So you need to approach it from a much more pull them in marketing, not push, push, push. If you're constantly doing sales pitchy type ads and things like that, people are just going to scroll past you. They're going to unfollow you. They're going to unfriend you. They're going to block you in the worst case scenario. So you want to be interesting. You want to draw people to your adventure. You know, I forget the number of people from Instagram that have messaged me, but every single one of them said the same thing. I've been watching you for a while. I am not joking. That those words came out of all of their mouths. I've been watching you for a while. And someone finally hits me up today and says, I've got to get in on this. Can we talk? Someone messaged me, texted me, and says, I've got to know more about what you do. And then when I get them on the phone, I said, I've been watching you for a while. Not saying they ever liked my stuff. I don't know who they are, or at least I didn't. But I was putting my life out there. I was putting my successes. When I brought somebody into my business, I put it out there. When I got some rap cash, I put it out there. When I was with my kids at the nail salon, I put it out there. When I found a yummy meal and had some fat fighters, I put it out there. And that pulls them in. Your excitement, your consistency, pull them in. Now, are there people that I message that I want on my team? Yes. And really what I say is, you know, I start making it about them. I said, you know, I start with some chit chat, and of course people love to be complimented and sincere. Be sincere. People can see right through it when you're just blowing smoke. Be sincere and compliment people, and tell them, you know, you're so positive, and then maybe go into, you know, say, you probably know what I'm doing, and I'm really kind of sticking my neck out here, but I want to tell you something, and I do. This is kind of how I word it. I'm really picky about who, you know, I choose to work in with my business, and I just can't help but think that you would be really good at this business that I'm doing, and here's why, and kind of list out the reasons. Because you're this, because you're that. You know, this business has changed my life, and because of this, I think you would be really fun to work with. Do you think, you know, could you give me, like, how do I say it? Like, do you think you'd ever be willing to visit and chat and say, hey, I'll take you to Starbucks. You can't turn down free coffee, right? You know, something light and flippy like that. So that's how I approach people. So yeah, you know, I'll approach people in that regard. I'm pretty self-deprecating and be like, oh my gosh, you've been on my chicken list. I've been terrified to message you. I know, because you're so scary, right? You know, and kind of make a joke out of it. And everybody has been like, oh, please don't be afraid to message me. I'm so happy. Not all of them have said yes, but everybody's been at least kind and appreciative of my kind words to them. So that's a way that I have kind of cold message people, or at least been the first one to approach the conversation. But more often than not, it's because you're putting your life out there, you're making yourself look interesting, you're being excited, you're being consistent. And part of why I bring people to my business now is because I've been in it for 3 years. And so if you think after a couple months that nobody's liking your posts and nobody's commenting, nobody's messaging you, that they're not watching, you are lying to yourself, and you're giving up on yourself way too soon. People are watching and waiting to see if you're serious, to see if this is some kind of joke, to see if, you know, if you're going to stay with this, if that rap really works. When you keep putting before and afters out there and you stay with this, they're like, I think that rap really does work, or she wouldn't still be doing this. She must be having success with this business, or she wouldn't still be doing this. People are waiting, sadly, for you to give up. And guess what? Most people do. That's why the top 1% of the company earn what they do, because everybody else gives up before they get there. Don't be one of those people that gives up. Stay with it. It works. The whole business works. Give it 5 years. 5 years. You're going to be doing stuff anyway. Why not sit there and build a residual income for yourself? Why not? The time's going to pass anyway. Give yourself a chance. Have a plan B for your family. Make it your plan A. But in the meantime, have your plan B and add that extra income. Do you know how many people are out there looking for extra income? That's basically everybody. Everybody's looking to add income, to have freedom, to be free from debt, to stay home with their kids, to be able to say yes to their kids for the swim lessons and the horseback riding and the baseball and all those expensive sports that kids do. You have the answer, but you've got to believe it. You've got to own it, and you've got to be confident about it. I believe in each and every one of you because I know this works. I know that you and I don't all personally know each other, but that doesn't matter to me. You're on our team. You're part of our team, and I know the business works. You are in the most amazing opportunity of your life. Reverse back to 1965 and all the ladies that were coming into Mary Kay. That's you. That's you. Did you know that? That you're in 50 years from now, dude, you don't even know what you're going to be doing, because if you've stuck with this and you've tried and you worked the steps, you're not going to believe it, guys. You're not going to believe it. That belief goes all the way down to my toes. And I have enough for you to believe not only in yourself, but in the opportunity. Go out there, inspire your teams, love on your team, make this about other people. You don't promote, you don't get far in this business because you're worried about yourself. You do that by helping a team get there, by helping other people feel better about themselves with the products, and provide for their families with the business opportunity. And you have that in your hands. It's been great to hang out with you guys tonight. We will see you next week with our call, and back here in a couple weeks with our training. If you need anything, guys, you know where to find me on the page. Have a good day.